The second jewel of thoroughbred racing's Triple Crown in North America is today. But as you know, it's not without controversy. Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit, obviously the only horse with a chance at the Triple Crown. But if he does win it, will it be tainted? Keep Me in Mind and Midnight Bourbon, two other colts who chased him in the Run for the Roses, are in here today. In addition to stablemate Concert Tour, who skipped the Derby and comes into today's Preakness as the beaten favorite in the Arkansas Derby. 10 are scheduled to line up in the Grade 1 Preakness. I'll have a late pick 5, which includes the Grade 1 Classic, coming up all next on Thoroughbred Ticket.
They have 3/8 of a mile to go. Easy Goer. Houston down at the rail. Sunday Silence is now coming back at them on the outside. And here comes Sunday Silence back. And now it's his turn to go right on by Easy Goer. And here's the race we've been waiting for. Sunday Silence on the outside. Easy Goer at the rail are head and head coming to the 8th pole. Sunday Silence and Pat Valenzuela. Easy Goer and Pat Day head and head through the stretch. What a horse race this one is. Easy Goer and Sunday Silence going nose and nose in the Preakness. Sunday Silence, Easy Goer. Here's the finish. Sunday Silence wins it by a nose.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Ticket. We're playing the exotics like trifectas, superfectas. To pick 3, 4, 5, and 6 will become that much easier. Rushing to handicap multiple races? Well, your host will save you a bundle of time. And now here he is, the self-proclaimed expert handicapper, Mr. Kenneth Moultrie.
Hello, everyone. Happy Preakness Day 2021. And welcome to Thoroughbred Ticket. My name is Kenneth Moultrie. I want to thank you for joining me. I am going to give you a late pick 5 for a cost of $48. I'm going to try to breeze through this today. I think I'm going to be going to Santa Anita to enjoy in their festivities of welcoming fans back and to have, just to get some type of ambiance of today's big classic day and the other races on the undercard. So let's get right into it. It's going to cover races 9 through 13, $48 as I say, and it's going to include the Preakness actually ending with the Preakness. Let's start on race 9. It's going to be 6 furlongs, $100,000 added to Run Happy, Skip It for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, and 7 are scheduled to go. Now, I'm going to mention the 5 Chub Wagon. She's probably going to vie for favoritism with the outside mare French Empire. Chub Wagon is opening the 8th of 5. She has a world of speed. However, the filly to her outside, Don't Let Wet Feet Fool You, has a world of speed. Has world of speed too as well. I'm thinking that there's going to be 2 horses coming home after that fast pace, and those are the 2 horses I'm going to choose, and that's Casual and French Empire, and I'm going to touch on them in a little bit. However, Chub Wagon, she's very, very fast, very, very talented. She's undefeated, 5 for 5 in her career. But I think she's, taking a step up in class. This Pennsylvania-bred filly has been in with, a lot of her own kind. She did face open company at Aqueduct, and she aired, receiving a 99 buyer. So she does, she can run on huge circuits. She's been at parks. However, like I say, I think the filly, the Stay Thirsty filly to her outside, Don't Let Wet Feet Fool You, is going to compromise her. It's going to set it up for one of my 2 horses, and that's the 2 Casual. Now, when you look at this 4-year-old filly by Curlin, she doesn't have the numbers that matches up with Chub Wagon, but I could say, pace makes race. So I think that in this particular situation, Ricardo Santana will have Casual in a good position. She lags near the back of the pack. She's going to need that fast pace to have any kind of a chance. So I'm just banking on how that's going to happen. Casual does have some backlash. She raced in the Acorn at Belmont last year and, been in some minor stakes here and there going forward. Hasn't really fared well, did win a high-level allowance affair at Oaklawn. So, like I said, I think the thing that's going to benefit her is that she's going to get a fast pace. I hope. I am going to use her. As well as the outside mare French Empire. This is a Brad Cox trained mare. Now, Brad Cox took over training this mare last time, so this is his first time sending this mare into the gate. Has some good Churchill works. Has 4 good Churchill works since the race at Oakline. Now, the Beyer numbers actually do not compare to Chubb Wagon. However, I think Javier is going to have this mare in good position. Like I said, I think those two are going to battle each other. And I think that, you're going to see these other the two horses I chose, Casual and French Empire, come home late and get the money. The 10th race is a sprint on the turf. It's the Jim McKay Turf Sprint, 5 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. And 13 are scheduled. No scratches, actually, which is actually a good thing. Let me go back to the 9th race real quick. The number 3 horse, I'm sorry I failed to mention. Paisley Singing is scratched. Paisley Singing, the 3 horse, is scratched. Okay, so back to the 10th race. I'm using 4 in here. And I want to start with the 1 Boulder. This is a Munnings gelding, trained by Santana, trained by Asmussen, ridden by Santana. If this gelding had a better post, I would have cut down my selections from 4 to 3 in here. However, Boulder is going to have to find some way, or Santana is going to have to find some way to navigate a trip down from the rail. That last race at Keeneland in that high-level allowance race was very, very good. Finishing second to Maven. Did miss by 2.5 lengths, not really threatening to win that particular race, but ran near the pace. I think Ricardo's going to have to really do a whole lot to get this gelding away from the gate and just to be in striking contention. Like I say, I really believe that if Boulder had the 5 or 6 or 7 hole, I would have cut down my selections here. Nevertheless, I'm going to include Boulder in my pick 5, as well as the number 5 horse Hollis, who is 1 for 1 on Pimlico's turf. This gelding, trained by John Ortiz and ridden by Rod Ortiz, exits 2 races back, raced in the Shakertown at Keeneland, the same race that the 4 horse probable post time favorite, the Critical Way, is coming out of. However, I'm going to give the advantage today between those two to Hollis. I'm not going to use the Critical Way. Like I say, I'm going to give the advantage to Hollis since this gelding did win on this turf course last year. And it was a yielding track. You're not going to get that today. But, it was the same race, albeit ran in October. You kind of want to, is he the defending champion? Well, yeah. So, like I said, been on the turf course. I like that. 1 for 1, using the 5 horse Hollis. The next horse I'm going to use is the 7 Dubini, this gelding by Gio Ponte. I really like the style coming into this race for this gelding. Now, have not been on Pimlico's turf course. However, trainer Kathy DeMazzi has been very, very good on the turf. She's really good with these type layoffs. Dubini has not been seen since August 23rd last year, but she's 19% in layoffs like these, and in her turf sprint she's 26%. On the turf in general, she's 18%. So she's really good with these. Like I said, these turf sprints have been very, very kind to closers. So I like the style of Dubini. I'm going to actually put some win money on this gelding as well. Now, I just want to say real quick, my style is that when I give out pick 3, pick 4s, pick 5s, I always take those horses and box them in exacta as well. So just to kind of back myself up and to keep me in the game. And trust me, many a day that has like kept me going, even, kept me ahead for the day. So I will be doing that in this race as well. Love the 7 horse Dubini. Watch out for him. I also like the 8 Love You Much. Now, this gelding exited the same race as the outside gelding Completed Pass. I'm not going to use Completed Pass because way out there, I played a runner yesterday way out in the 15 hole. I didn't like the way it looked. It looked like he was like 6 or 7 wide. That turf course looks really, really weird, especially with that low angle that NBC or, you know, wherever you're watching it at on Naira Bets or, you know, Twin Spires, wherever you watch it. It just looks weird. And I didn't like the way that horse looked last time. So I'm going to take Completed Pass out, and I'm going to use Love You Much in this sequence, mainly because, you know, coming out of the turf sprint, the same race that I like the other runner in, the style just kind of had an even finish last time. First race since October last year. I like those. I like the way that is. Trainer Alan Ferris is kind of cold, 0 for 15. But like I said, this is the type of days that these trainers will pop up with a surprise. And that's going to be the 4th and final horse in this leg that I'm going to use. The 1, Boulder, the 5, Hollis, the 7, Dubini, and the 8, Love You Much. The 11th race is the Maryland Sprint Match Series. It's grade 3, $150,000. Added 3-year-olds and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track. 11 are going to run, or scheduled to run, no scratches, using 3 horses in here. The 3, Mucho, the 7, Breezy Guess, and the 8, Special Reserve. Now, let's start with Mucho. This 5-year-old horse by Blame is getting Jose Ortiz today, coming out of the Commonwealth. Now, I'm also using Special Reserve, as I mentioned. I like to use horses that come out of the same race. Really, unless they're like a huge long shot, especially if they're well bet and they run evenly, or, you know, maybe they ran subpar. I'm more apt to use those horses as opposed to horses who are long and run a big race, because a lot of times I think the reason they were 50-1 and they ran second is because some other horse got in trouble, or they just had everything go their own way that particular day. It's not the case with Mucho. He was 15-1 last time. Coming out of the Commonwealth, Flagstaff came back to win. It's a very, very live race. Same thing coming out with the 8, Special Reserve. So, and I like the post position. The works since that Commonwealth race have been at Keeneland. They were blazing works, 2 bullet works, a 58-2 and a 46-1. Now that 46-1 on May 8th was the best of 99 that particular day. 46 flat. Now I wish these works were at Pimlico, but you know, they were not. They were at Keeneland. Does say that the horse is fit. That I am a big proponent of works, of fast works, of good works. Some handicappers don't like fast works. They think right before a race, they think it takes a lot out of them. I think it's good. I've never seen a horse scratch because of a sharp, fast work, but I have seen them scratch because of dull work. So I am a proponent, as I say, of fast work. So Mucho is one runner I am going to use. The number 7 horse, Breezy Gust. This is Daniel Velasquez trained gelding, and Joel Rosario going to ride. Now, he's been campaigning at Parks. Now, you know, we know Parks does not have, you know, some of the top runners, the type of track it is. But his figures are very, 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 very good, and some of the best in the race. Now, he runs on the lead, this Pennsylvania bred, and, you know, Joel's going to get him away from the gate, you know, normally known for his finishing rides. But, you know, Joel is very good out of the gate, too. And so if he gets a horse on the lead and he gets settled, he can be very, very tough to catch. Shortening up from 7 furlongs. He's 5 for 11 lifetime, 3 for 4 this year. Very, very tough. I think on front, near the lead, going to be tough to catch, the 7 Breezy Gust. And then I mentioned the 8 Special Reserve, trained by Mike Maker. Maker's having a very, very hot weekend. Coming out of this Commonwealth, getting Irad And